Group G, we're taking a trip back in time.
To 1996, when the old Wembley still stood here and England hosted the European Championship. In their iconic tournament anthem, David Baddiel and Frank Skinner sang about 30 years of hurt. And when England made it through to the semi-final, it looked as though the wait for a first trophy since the '66 World Cup could be over. It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home. But we all know what happened next. Germany's revenge for '66. Gareth Southgate missed. Oh, no! Became a Pizza Hut advert.
Pan pizza from Pizza Hut.
Obviously. And eventually became England manager. So now, more than 2 decades on, England is still waiting. I know that was then, but it could be again. But will it happen again at Russia 2018? Will this summer mark the end of 52 years of hurt? Let's find out.
The three Lions have one of the tournament favourites in Group G, Belgium, along with Central America's World Cup debutant Panama and North African side Tunisia.
It might be the country where football was born, but for over half a century, kids here have been growing up without seeing their team win anything. So how does that feel? I could tell you, but between all the penalty shootout losses, the hands of God, and the embarrassing defeats, it just hurts too much. So I asked some friends to tell me if there's any reason to still be optimistic. Take it away.
My name is Dickie Davis.
My name is Rob Davis.
I work for Sky Sports.
I am a gallery manager and freelance journalist.
Been an England fan all my life, so it's 52 years now.
Been supporting England all my life, so 30 years.
Mum says that when the winning goal went in, or the final goal in the World Cup final, everyone jumped and screamed and I jumped out my cot. I think as an England fan, when you were my age in the late 60s, more early 70s when I was getting into football, you had a high expectations, but we'd already had sort of disappointments in 70 and 74. So I think that kind of brought your expectations down automatically. My highlight as an England fan would have been Italian 90, going to see the team, and the camaraderie amongst the fans was absolutely fantastic. As we gained momentum, usual thing with England, started badly in the group stage, got better, and then by the time Platt scoring that goal against Belgium, you kind of think maybe this is going to be our time, but it wasn't to be.
And England are out of the World Cup.
The high point was probably, again, France 98. Really felt like we could do well. Michael Owen at his very best, Shearer up front, and Owen's goal against Argentina is one of my favourite football memories as well as my earliest. Obviously thought we would go on to win it, didn't happen. And then from there on in, it was just a gradual spiral of disappointment, I guess. It's almost like a collective low point. There isn't one specific one that I can mention. You know, there's too many to mention.
I hope that with Gareth Southgate at this tournament, that basically just blood the kids, bring the kids in. If we give the kids a chance, they'll have the experience next time round.
I think you need to choose the best team that we have at that moment, whether that is someone who's 35 or someone who's 16, 17 years of age. Whatever the best players are at that time are the players that need to go and be played. It feels like we have a set team of real hard-working players with quality as well. Harry Kane's the focal point. Dele Alli. We could do well. Raheem Sterling's playing well, Rashford. Our forward line looks pretty good, and that's half the battle, I think. You know, we're short in defence, and you know, our keeper situation is still an issue.
Really, if you can't beat Panama and Tunisia, then
it's a group that we should get through, obviously.
My prediction for England at the World Cup, I would say quarter-finals, and that will do us. So I don't want to put massive expectations on them or suddenly think we're going to go and win it because we're starting to play some half-decent football in a few friendlies, but I do get the impression that I think we're going in the right direction.
Last round of 16, I think that's more than enough, I would say, for us. Semis would be absolute dream world.
The way I see it, England will be lucky to make the quarter-finals. And you know what? That's okay. A lifetime of never really getting any further than that has taught me to enjoy it anyway. There's just one thing I ask. Please, no more of this.
To that minority of England fans who seem to take pleasure in turning host cities into war zones, please stop. You've been giving us all a bad name for a long, long time.
So that's England, but what about the teams they're facing in the group? To talk about that, I need to head across town to another stadium. This one, Stamford Bridge, because it's here that the Belgian captain plays his football.
There are few players in the world who can rival Eden Hazard for sensational dribbling. He's not the only Belgian at Chelsea. Thibaut Courtois is the man between the sticks for both sides.
They aren't alone as Premier League stars in the Belgium squad. In fact, there can hardly be two teams in world football who know each other as well as England and the Red Devils. Just look at Chelsea's London rivals Tottenham.
They have two of Belgium's centre-halves in Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld, plus midfield enforcer Moussa Dembele.
And we could just as easily be doing the Belgium section from Manchester, except our budget didn't cover the train fare.
Since joining Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne has become one of the best players in the world, while teammate Vincent Kompany has just won his third Premier League title. Across the city, United's Romelu Lukaku is Belgium's all-time top scorer at the age of 24. And there's also Marouane Fellaini and his elbows.
So we could see a Belgium first 11 with 7 or 8 Premier League players and a couple more coming off the bench. Will knowing their enemy help England stop Belgium in their tracks? Or will it just make it another painful summer for England fans, watching their team get beaten by a team that was made in England? In any case, the real question for Belgium is, can this golden generation finally shake off the underachiever tag? I'm going to say no.
For all their talent, I don't see this Belgium team beating the likes of France or Brazil. Like with England, another summer of frustration is in store.
At least England have won it once, eh? The good news for Belgium and England is that whatever happens in the match between them, they shouldn't have too much trouble from the other sides in Group G. Two countries who have never made it past the group stage at a World Cup. In fact, Panama have never even qualified for a World Cup before.
A late goal from Roman Torres against Costa Rica in the final qualifier secured Panama's place at their maiden World Cup.
It was a huge moment for the nation, finally qualifying for the World Cup at the 11th attempt. That puts England's woes into perspective. But since then, their preparations haven't been going well.
They lost 2 recent friendlies against Denmark and Switzerland, conceding 7 and scoring none.
Anything can happen in football, but Panama winning a game at Russia 2018 would be a giant achievement. And the same could be said for Tunisia. The country might be set for its 5th appearance at a World Cup, but the team has only won once in 12 games.
In its very first World Cup match against Mexico way back in 1978. Since then, it's been 30 years of hurt.
So basically what I'm saying is, even England can't screw up this group.
They still won't win it though. I'm picking Belgium to finish first, ahead of Southgate's side. I'm backing Panama to get a win at their first ever World Cup, to finish third ahead of Tunisia.
England might not end 52 years of hurt in Russia, but most fans would be happy with a performance reminiscent of 1996. A combination of passion, hard work, and more than a few goals. It might not be a trophy, but it would be something to be proud of. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe, and join me next time for the final group, Group H.